Hey yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to go through how to evolve your Eevee into a Sylveon, as well as every other evolution. But in particular, we're going to focus on the friendship evolution because this method will work on other Pokemon that require friendship to evolve. We're just going to use Sylveon as the example. So grab your Eevee, put it on your team, check its moves. If you want to evolve Eevee into Sylveon, it must have a fairy move. Mine came with Charm, so that's enough. If it doesn't have a fairy move, it may become either an Espeon or an Umbreon. That would depend on whether you evolve it during the day or the night, respectively. The best way to do it, I find, is to go to this cafe here, Cafe Pokemon Army, because there's also a friendship checker right at this cafe. Now, while you can raise your friendship by other means like just bringing the Pokemon around on your journeys, giving them a soothe bell, this method is going to be much quicker, especially if you're just trying to fill your Pokedex. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is actually select the Pokemon with your D-pad. So go to Eevee, otherwise you'll be eating at this cafe with a different Pokemon. Then speak to this lady and choose whichever tea you want to drink. I just go orange tea because it's the top one and I just have to spam A. And because I've got Eevee selected, Eevee will be eating at the cafe with me. The exact number of times you have to do this depends on how high your friendship is originally, but I just did it about 4 times and I'm able to evolve Eevee into Sylveon. But if you ever lose track or you're not sure whether it's actually working, well, if Eevee can evolve, there should be a little up arrow right next to it. At this point, after eating at the cafe 3 times, Eevee is still not ready to evolve. But you can also check your friendship status with this lady here at Pokemon Cafe Ami. You just have to show her your Eevee and see what she appraises it as. She says that we are friendly, but there's still plenty more room to grow. Now, I did find that I didn't have to get to maximum friendship, it just had to be high friendship. So actually by eating at the cafe just one more time, I was able to evolve into Sylveon, even though the friendship isn't at maximum. So here you can see that my Eevee can now evolve. And because it's got a fairy move, it will become Sylveon. If I speak to the lady again and ask her to check out my Eevee, she will still say, well, we're fairly friendly, but there's still room to grow. So we're not at max friendship, but that will be enough. So now you just gotta press evolve and Eevee will become... That's right, Sylveon. If you want any of the other evolution, just remove that fairy move and change it to something else. Like this, and evolve. And because it's daytime, it's going to evolve into, that's right, Espeon. For Umbreon, I just sit on the bench, get till nighttime, and then remove the fairy move and evolve. As for all of the other evolutions, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to go to your item box and find the stones for evolution. So they are Firestone for Flareon, Thunderstone for Jolteon, Waterstone for Vaporeon, Leafstone for Leafeon, and Ice Stone for Glaceon. If you don't know where to find those stones, well, you'll probably get quite a few of them just walking around collecting items all over the place. But if you really want to, you can buy them at the Stone Emporium on the south side of Lumiose. In this shop here, you'll find the evolutionary stones. As to where to find Eevee, well, they are available at Wild Zone 19, but you might get wrecked there because it's pretty late in the game. So as I'm walking into Wild Zone 19, there's this level 51 Kangaskhan, and there's this Eevee right here. I did find some Eevee randomly throughout my journey. I actually don't know how they came about, but it seems like they can appear in some other areas besides this Wild Zone. Anyway, good luck with your Eevee hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.